Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's me. It's me, Mitch. Welcome. Welcome, my friends, to Morning Coffee with Mitch. And this morning, it's me and the gardeners mowing the lawn all over the place. Going to be an interesting morning, noise-wise. But we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We do this outside. I thought about doing it inside when I heard the lawnmower. I said, nope, I'm going to do it outside. I love getting out here in this sun. And lest we not forget, my friends, drink it if you got it. Oh, God, that's so good. And I hope that with the microphone and the mixer, the way I got it set up, that you won't have any trouble hearing me over the lawn mowing. Right now, it's not that bad, but I'm afraid they might be driving right by my window here. And in that case, just to warn you in advance, I'm going to use that as an opportunity maybe to light my cigar when I can't be talking, and I'll put some music on. And I have Ellen in here, and then I'm going to tell you what I'm doing, and I'm going to tell you what this thing with the little screen on it right over my head is. And here comes the weed whackers right next door. Yes, yes, this is definitely going to be interesting. Oh, these guys couldn't have timed it more perfectly. Let me bring Ellen in and say good morning to you. Hi, Ellen. How you doing?
Good morning.
So how noisy are you hearing the weed whacker?
It's not too bad. I hear it in the background, but
okay, good. Okay.
I can still hear you. It's just kind of like a background buzzing.
Okay, good. Well, now he's
Yeah,
it's going to come and go. It's going to come and go. Now it kind of faded out. At any rate, I want to say good morning to you.
Good
And
morning.
yes,
Good.
a little
Good.
toast. A little toast there. Yes. I
Uh-huh.
need to get a little recorded sound of a cups going clinking.
That
Now,
would be,
that'd be a little bit hard to synchronize all that.
well, we could practice. Good morning, everyone in chat.
Yeah, we got 76 people here so far.
There's so many. It's going so fast. I'm way behind in saying hi to everyone.
You'll catch up. Anyway, we got
I'll get you, but
got a bunch of people over in Rumble, and
there
I'll
were a
say hi
lot.
to I'll
Yes.
say hi to them in a minute. But what I want to do is I want to just real quick tell people what I'm doing this morning with this little camera that's over my shoulder, and you can't see it in this double picture. So Ellen, let me put you up in your penthouse, and then you'll be able to see what I'm doing with this thing right here. And here goes the weed whacker right next to me, That's not too noisy. At any rate, he'll only go by here once. I'm recording a video this morning while I'm doing a live stream. Talk about multitasking. I'm recording a video, and it's going to be called something like Behind the Scenes. And it's going to show you everything I go through every morning to actually set this live stream up and get started. And since we're started, I don't need to be recording this anymore. So excuse me 1 second, and I will turn the camera off here. Okay, and I can turn my wireless microphone off that was recording into the camera. Some behind the scenes stuff, and this wireless microphone I'm wearing to record my voice into the camera. And Ellen, if you'll remind me about when we're getting near to end the stream, I want to start recording again.
Okay.
To record the end of the stream, and then what I do to disassemble all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so remind you to
remind me to do that, and then of course we usually end up talking for a few minutes after the stream. I will not record that or put it in a video, but anyway, I didn't know if anybody'd be interested in that or not. I don't imagine it's going to be a huge hugely popular video, but there are people that might be interested in seeing, or at least appreciating exactly what it takes just to come on here and tell people to drink it if they got it every morning, 7 days a week.
I think that would be very interesting.
I would hope so. Anyway, that's a video. Also, I want to announce that we do have a live stream tonight at 8 p.m., the regular Tuesday live stream, where I actually put on a real shirt, try to look like a mensch, and something you don't get to see very often, might be worth coming in just for that. So here we are, and I have just a few things to talk about, just the normal stuff. If you want to ask a question, put Q, capital, 3 capital Qs before your question in the chat, and Ellen will keep track of those, or I'll see them. Don't forget, these coffee mugs are available, and I'm sure Ellen will put the link in that. And as important to me, if you appreciate what I do and I'm helping you and you feel like showing your gratitude, buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee. And I really appreciate those. And I'll try to acknowledge them if I notice it when they happen. And again, always appreciate it. Dave Feldman and Ken Berry yesterday, they had a video. I don't know how many of you saw it. Dave Feldman evidently is making a documentary movie about the cholesterol code, cracking the cholesterol code, with all the work that he's been doing over years and years, especially with Nick Norowitz and that crew, the lean mass hyper-responders. They are really blowing absolute, not just blowing holes, but nuking this ridiculous cholesterol advice that we have been living under since Ancel Keys back in the 1950s and 60s. That advice, coupled with and the ridiculous diet that advice spawned, and that's where it all came from. All the fruits and vegetables and whole grains and seed oils, all. And the demonization of red meat, the demonization of saturated fats, all came from that one source. That one hypothesis of Ancel Keys, that cholesterol and saturated fat clog arteries and cause heart disease. Which, in this day and age, if that message had not been supported by all the money, greed, and corruption involved in it, we wouldn't be in this terrible health crisis that we're in right now. Whether this documentary, sponsored by an organization that they formed called the Citizens Science Foundation, whether it does any good, again, just like with RFK and all that stuff, I'm hopeful that it will do something. Is it going to fix all the problems in a year or two? Is the entire medical community going to back off of this, focusing on LDL as the sole indicator of whether you're going to die or live? No. It's too deeply embedded. But it's a step in the right direction, and in that respect, if you get a chance to watch that, it's about a half-hour live stream. They show you a little clip from the movie. They're premiering the movie at a conference they're having in Vegas, the Citizen Science Foundations. It's the COSCI, COSCI.org is the website. And they're having a conference in Las Vegas in February, I think it is. First or second, yeah, you can find the dates. But they're going to be premiering this this film, this documentary, in a movie theater in Las Vegas for those people who are attending this conference. And this is a conference that they're putting on. It's not a huge conference. I mean, if you're in that area, you can attend for 10, $20. It's a fundraising thing, basically. So if you're interested in that, I would love to go, but it would be really too ambitious to go out there just to see a movie, which would be basically what what I would be doing. But I just wanted to bring that to people's attention. Also, I did a little N of 1 experiment on myself because we talk a lot. We talk a lot about electrolytes. I tell you, I take electrolytes. Everybody keeps saying, how do you know if you need electrolytes or not? And I decided about a week and a half ago, that I was going to do a little experiment and see something. So for 5 days, last week, 5 days, I did not take any electrolytes. And I usually take 1 dose of my own little electrolyte mix that I have the video about, that I mix myself up because it's very, very inexpensive to do it that way. And I like the ratio in that particular mix of potassium to magnesium to salt. After 5 days without the electrolyte mix, I got horrible leg cramps in bed. I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning in terrible pain, leg cramps. I could hardly stand. I had to get out of bed and walk around on it a little bit to work them out. It was terrible. It was terrible. And I let it go another day, and the same thing happened the next night. The day after that, I started taking my electrolyte mix again. And that was about 4 or 5 days ago when I started taking them again. After 2 days, I have not had not any leg cramps at night anymore. Now, you can take that for what it's worth. It showed me that I am going to continue to take 1 dose of these electrolytes every day, because since I had been using them, I never had leg cramps, and it's been a long time since I had any leg cramps. It can't be coincidence that the leg cramps came just when I coincidentally stopped taking electrolytes for 5 days. So that was very meaningful to me and proved something to me, that I need electrolytes. It also showed me, as importantly, that 1 dose of this concoction that I whipped up is all I need in order to not get the leg cramps, which shows me that it's probably an adequate dosage for me. So just FYI, it's a little something that I did. I know everybody's always doing experiments on themselves, especially Nick Norwitz with the Oreos and things like that. But that was, I thought, very interesting and telling. I thought that was very interesting and telling. Also, real quick here, I did get a picture of a coffee cup next to breakfast. I got that from Dan. Thank you, Dan. That's great. And I also got another picture of a coffee cup from Sammy Shuford. And I love seeing these things, and I have posted them on the website. So the coffee cups are getting out there. People are drinking from them and using them. And isn't that great? Isn't that great?
Yes, and I did post a link. I'll post it again throughout the chat.
Yeah, keep posting it. Keep posting those links.
So
I don't advertise. I don't have sponsors. I don't do anything else. But I do push my Amazon links. I do push Buy Me a Coffee. And I do push my coffee cups and t-shirts, because it makes it worthwhile doing this, and I just really enjoy doing this. So you know how much I appreciate your help. So there we go. Let's spend a few minutes. Hopefully not too much time. I hope there's been some questions in there, but let me go back and say hi to the early birds real quick. United Carnivore, 7:30 this morning. Good to see you. Mike Seeley and Wayne Herman was here early, and Terry Sue was here early. Peter was here early. Papa Carnivore on vacation this week. Sandy Blythe was here early. Robert Barnier, however you pronounce it, says hi all. Lucy, always an early bird, good to see you. And Couch Potato was here. Mike Seeley Sr. chimed in. Mark Booze, our good friend. Hi, Mark. How you doing this morning? Good to see you. And then Ellen chimed in. Meathead chimed in. Good to see you. And then Ellen chimed in saying hi to virtually everybody. It was a marathon there, Ellen. Mm-hmm. Feral Grandma's here. How you doing, Feral Grandma? Good to see you. And let's see who else was here early. Everybody was just chatting back and forth. Rick from Miami, Charger Mopar was here. And who is this? Granny Boo 2, how you doing? Good to see you this morning. Glenn Ish. Good morning to you. Richard Williams. Williams, how you doing, Richard, up there in Copper Hill, Tennessee? Good to see you. And a ka-ching. How about that? Maria Kelly was here. And let's see, somebody was kind to me this morning. DS111 bought me a coffee. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. And was there any message with that coffee? Nope, just a coffee, which by itself is a message. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. William McCartney's here. Hiya, William. Good to see you. And BMAD is here. Good morning. Patty Molden, good morning to you. And we're running through them here pretty good. Tom from Tampa, Viking 442. Good to see you. Oh, another ka-ching. Holy cow. Love you guys. Wow, and the lawn... I want to count my blessings, but maybe we're going to have a little peace and quiet for a while. Itasca Patriot says, good morning, Mitch. Good morning to you. CB is here. Wow, all my buddies came to have coffee this morning. Great to see you guys.
Nice.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? And Peter chimed in. How is everyone doing? I'm about to drive back home from Georgia. We'll be listening. Okay, Peter, have a safe trip.
Yes.
Have a safe trip. Satya, good morning. Good morning. The party started. Yes, it has. Mark C's here. Hiya, Mark. Good to see you. And we're just coming up on 8:30 here. So these are the early birds. Graceful Lily is with us. Good morning, Graceful Lily. Robert Spracali. How you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. Smoovie is here. I like that name. Smoovie 42. Good morning. And Mitch, Ellen, and all the chatters. That's us. That's us. All the... What was this here? Hang on a second. Sandy Blythe says, I was looking at YouTube and I seen Mitch wrote a book. And it's for sale on Amazon. Yes, Sandy, but for you, you're a member of our private community. You're a member of our private community. There's a free copy of my book that you can download. And it's a PDF. And it's in the description of every private community live stream. So just go back, open up a private community live stream. Look in the description of the video. There's a link. Click on it and you can get my book for free. For free. And I would love for you to read it. Tell me what you think. And from Finland, Tormir, how you doing? You're not late. You're right on time. Faith Taylor is here. Good to see you. Good to see you, Faith. Jen S is here. Well, we're just flying through this. I think we still got plenty of time. I won't waste. I don't know if this is a waste of time, but I don't
No,
think it is.
I
But
don't
some
think it
people told me that some people chastised me and told me how boring it was and they couldn't watch. So I said goodbye. Danny in BOS. Oh, it's the Boston. It's the BOS is Boston. Danny in Boston. That's what that means. Good morning from Boston. And look at all these new people. Zeno. Good morning, Zeno. How you doing? Good to see you. Always like to see names that I don't see very often. Dixie Scott. Oh, that's not, no, the lawn things, they've quieted down a little bit. Hopefully they won't be mowing the grass. They did come trim, which means that it's imminent, but hopefully we get through this stream before they get around here with the lawnmowers. And if not, we'll carry on. Faith Taylor, good morning, Faith. How you doing? And this is Kitchen Witch. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Got my coffee and rain here in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I think we're gonna probably get some weather towards the end of the week, and I think it's gonna be hitting you guys first up north. Jeff Streslick is here. Good morning to you. And Booby Goats, whose name is Aaron. Aaron. Yeah, I've read your email a few times, and I've always said, I got to start calling you Aaron, and it just never dawned on me, but I made a point of remembering to do that this morning, and I hope I got it right. I'm pretty sure I did. So Aaron, Movie Goats, good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Mama Bear is here. How you doing? And who else? Anybody else new? Here's an interesting Joe. News and info. Yeah, I'm in my cozy winter getup. It's actually going to be gorgeous today, and it's. I got out here early, and if you do watch the video I put out about behind the scenes producing this morning live stream every morning, you'll see me setting it up here earlier in the morning when it is cooler. Carla Sampson, how you doing? Marvin Malley is here. Good. Wow. And I'm just hit 8:34, so Ellen, I am already 20 minutes behind in this chat. So what I want to do, have you got any
questions?
Ketra Naller, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Have you on YouTube on my iPad? Then on Rumble, oh, you're Keat.
These
Keat,
people are
Kete, Ketra.
Oh, that's Keat. Okay.
Okay, that's Keat. Okay, good. Make the connection for me. And I promise you, after I may not remember it the first time I see it, but after a couple times, and you people know whose names I remember, you know that once they're placed in my permanent memory and out of my short-term memory, they stay there. They stay there. But that's great. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks. Joseph Stevens, behind the scenes will help me appreciate all you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I did get another coffee, and let me acknowledge that one here. Just someone bought me a coffee. Enjoying the show. Oh, it's Peter Krueger. Hiya, Peter. Thanks so much. Enjoying the show from South Africa. Wow. That never ceases to blow my mind that people halfway around the world are watching. At least it's not the middle of the night for you over there, Peter. Probably sometime in the afternoon by now. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I think that Stickmans Garage, every time I say I think we've got it, I keep running into new ones. Good morning to you. And here's DS111. Coworker yesterday is changing eating habits and bought lean thin states. Well, the needle is barely moving. Yeah, but that's still better. It's still a step in the right direction, even though they're lean. Okay. I think I found a question, Ellen. Is this the first question from Sandy
Well,
Blythe?
yes, it
Okay,
is.
I found it. I found it.
Yeah, look how well you're doing.
Well, I'm trying to do this a little faster. Let me just take a quick look over there. We've got 18
Just,
people in Rumble,
yes, we do.
and No Slow is over there. Ellen,
And
you're over there. Grumpy Old Carnivore. Rod Weeder, always there.
18
Always
likes.
there.
And I want to give a shout out to Grumpy Old Carnivore, aka Meathead on YouTube, who is
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either. Good.
yes,
Yeah.
he's really manning the chat over there in Rumble and asking people to like. And there are 18 people and 18 likes and alerting me to questions. So
Oh,
thank you,
man. That's great. Thank you
aka
so
Grumpy
much.
Guy. That's
Thank you so much.
very nice.
What's the first name?
The first name?
Grumpy Old Carnivore Meathead. What's the first name?
Oh, that person. I
Is
don't
it a
know.
his or a her? There's a little.
I think it's a he.
I don't know. There's a
I don't know his first name. Maybe if you want to share it, Meathead, let us.
there's a little picture there, and I see something that went by that we both missed, and I see a bunch of questions. But let me acknowledge this real quick. And oh, I'm in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Mark C gifted 5
Yes,
memberships. Okay, so I'll get to that as I go down. But let me answer this question from Sandy. I've lost 34 pounds in 17 days on carnivore. I'm eating a lot and I feel great. Is that too much weight loss in that short of time? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. That's quite a significant weight loss. I don't know, Sandy, how much weight you really have to lose. It's not if you only had a total of 40 pounds to lose to be skinny. Yes, that would be a significant weight loss and something that you might concern yourself. If you have the average amount of weight to lose, and I don't want to get into the exact number, but if you have a lot of weight to lose, 34 pounds could come off real quick. So much of that may be water weight. So much of that may be reduced inflammation, letting you dump water. So much of that may be all the water that was bound to all the sugar that you're dumping. The key is you're eating enough food, you're feeling good, you're not hungry, and if it seems to be working, then you're getting the signs. Now keep an eye on it, but I certainly wouldn't complain about the weight loss. And it's certainly not that unique, I don't think. But it's a significant amount of weight. Again, it depends on how much weight you have to use. And I don't know you, and I certainly don't know how much, but all I can tell you is, and I'm just going to throw this number out, not pertaining to you, but as an example, if you're somebody like Bill Knott, who weighed 700 pounds, losing 34 pounds would be nothing. So it's all relative to how big you are and how much weight you have to lose, and the health conditions that you've had that might have been causing you to hang on this weight that may be getting better. At this point, after that short a period of time, I would, unless I felt bad, weak, tired, I would say maybe you're not eating enough. But if you're eating to satiety, it sounds fine. Sounds fine to me. Hope that answers. That's just an opinion again. I can't make it any more personal than that. Okay, Ellen, here I see a question. Is this the next question from Itasca Patriot?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the next one.
I'm not trying to do your job, but if I can find them and put them up on the screen, I like to do that.
That is nice.
Yeah. Question, could it be helpful to fast while under the weather, or could that stress the system more? Wow, that requires a sip of coffee. I think that's the answer to that question has a huge, it depends. And the first thought that came to my mind was, why? Why are you under the weather? And then the next thought that came to my mind was an old saying that has gone down through the ages. And I still half the time get this backwards, so don't dock me for that. Is it starve a cold and feed a fever, or is it starve a fever and feed a cold? Which is it, Ellen?
I don't remember.
Okay, but there is a saying.
I don't go by. There is. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
And I don't
and
listen to it, but
there
so
are
I don't
certain
know it.
there are certain things that you want to feed and other things you want to not feed. So it depends on why you're under the weather. But I think if I was going to err on the side of caution, if you're under the weather, it may be you're not getting enough food. So I wouldn't fast. The only reason to fast, especially if you're just starting carnivore, is because you think it's going to make you, lose weight faster. And again, that's the focus on losing weight, which is not what you should focus on. So eat to feel good. Get yourself adapted to carnivore. Forget about weight loss. The weight loss will, I promise you, take care of itself as a very beneficial side effect of fixing your metabolism. It's this focus on the scale that just sabotages 90+% of people in any diet, whether it's carnivore lifestyle, Weight Watchers, Metafast, whatever it is. It's that focusing, agonizing over, disappointing obsession with your weight that screws you. I know that because that was my life for 75 years. And I finally just decided, forget the scale. It's a curiosity. It's meaningless. Get healthy. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. And I hope that that's about the best I can do with that question, which was, should I fast when I'm not feeling good? I wouldn't. Okay, Ellen, there's another question. Wow,
Yeah.
they're just coming one after another. Jeff Streslek. Question. I never primed when I first started carnivore. Is it okay to prime now? I'm on day 215 and started priming on day 210, down over 90 pounds, but keep stalling 4 weeks at a time. I don't think you need to. I think at this point, Jeff, at this point, what they call priming is what I call eat until you can't move. Is throw away the scale and just keep eating so you never get hungry. And that's a cure for cravings. If you're not having any cravings anymore, I don't think you really need to even think about that. I think that a normal, healthy person who has been on carnivore, honestly, without a lot of cheating, for that long, for over 200 days, you're into it now. You should be at a point where you're eating when you're hungry. You should have learned to recognize real hunger from emotional driven hunger, craving driven hunger, thirsty driven hunger. Sometimes when we think we're hungry, we're really just thirsty. And you should eat when you're hungry and stop eating when you're full and just let your body do what it's going to do. You've already lost 90 pounds. To lose that much weight without stalls would put you in the Guinness Book of Records. Nobody loses weight at an even rate. That's because your body doesn't want to lose weight. Your body doesn't want to lose weight. It's just normal part of our physiology. We never used to live in a time of such abundant energy, sugar on every corner. Our ancestors, finding food was one of their major concerns. These days, we don't ever give it a second thought. There's always food. There's more food that we can eat. Most of it isn't really food, but we consider it food, and it still gives us energy, all this sugar, carbs. But our bodies are still living on prehistoric programming. That's what I think so many people fail to take into account. And that is that the chemistry of your body is still running algorithms based on a caveman that on many days had to go without eating. And the fat storage mechanisms that we have, all of those fabulous pathways, whose goal it is to cram as much fat as they can into our fat cells, because the famines always came too often and regularly. That programming is designed to not give up the fat, to hold on to it until it's needed. But as we start to lose a lot of weight, that what we call set point, and that's a term that everybody uses, set point of your metabolism, has to readjust. And it does it in steps. So your weight loss will go down in steps. And as you get closer and closer to what is the optimal weight for your body, you'll find that the weight loss slows down to a crawl, and the stalls will come more and more often. And that's probably what you're experiencing now. So forget about losing weight. Just forget it. This is your lifestyle. Just live it. Just live it. For me, to get to the 136 pounds that I am now, from over 200, it took years. I lost most of it fairly quickly, but then it slowed down. And I would say over the past last year, my set point went down 3, maybe 4 pounds more. And I think it's going to settle right here. And the lawnmowers are coming, so if they're not too much of a distraction for me, and you can still hear me, hopefully they'll come and they'll go real quick. They're right next to me. Can you hear them, Ellen?
I can hear them, but it's just background. We can hear you.
Okay. For me, it's just loud, and it's like, it's very distracting, but that's okay. At any rate, I think that just live your life now. I wouldn't try to micromanage anything. I would stop worrying about your weight loss. You just keep doing this. Keep eating when you're hungry. Stop eating when you're satisfied. If you have no medical conditions or you're not taking any drugs that are going to disrupt a normal metabolism, once you find a normal metabolism again, just live your life. Let your weight end up wherever it ends up, because your body is going to optimize itself to be most efficient depending on the workload it has, the food source that it has, the amount of sleep that you get, the amount of stress that you have in your life. So just concentrate on living. Jeff, I hope that makes some sense to you. But it sounds like you're doing great. It sounds like you're doing great, especially if you lost almost 100 pounds. Man, that is an accomplishment. That's a whole person you've lost right there.
Yes, that's amazing. That's
okay, and I'm catching these questions, even though these questions came in a half an hour ago. I see
this
one
is
from
great. I could just stay in the chat. Mitch is
that is good. That is good. Because like I said, I'd rather see them and catch them here and put them up on the screen. But I'm so far behind. I mean, I'm back at 8:45. So everybody, thank you so much. You guys, are doing your job this morning. Mama Bear says, in a video by Anthony Chafee where he says that leg cramps are mostly caused by dehydration, I'm wondering if the reason electrolytes help cramps is because it helps with hydration. Well, the two go hand in hand. But I can tell you for a fact that I never get dehydrated. I never get dehydrated. Ever. Never. I always drink an adequate amount of liquid. I recognize the indications of being dehydrated. And the indications of being dehydrated basically are your urine, how the color of your urine, whether it's a light yellow. Whoa, there comes the lawnmower. Yes, sir, right there, right next to me, right out the window. That's about as loud as it's going to get. And he's going to be here for about 5 minutes, I think, going circles out there around my house. But that's okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And that chiming, if you heard all that chiming sounds, is that as he drives by my Ring doorbell at the front door of my house, the motion sensor gets set off and tells me there's motion at my front door. Automation. And let me check real quick here. Okay, nothing I need to pay attention to. My phone is going off like crazy. God, that's distracting for me.
Yeah. That's pretty loud there, but
I never get dehydrated. And since I know for a fact it wasn't dehydration. And here's how you tell if you're getting enough fluids. When you go pee, if your pee is, and I think this is probably easier for men than women because we get to look down into the bowl while we're doing it.
you can turn
But if your pee is crystal clear like water, oh wow. This is a good opportunity for me. Yes.
Yes, with the lymph flowing.
Yes, he's doing donuts right out behind my house. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Perfect. Back to the pee question. Yeah, if it's crystal clear, you're drinking too much water. If it's too dark, you're not, you're not drinking enough. And I always take note of that. And I drink enough water. I drink plenty of water. I'm convinced for me that the cramps came from electrolytes, but I'm sure they can just as easily. Just as easily.
Now that grounds you out.
Just as easily come from being dehydrated too. The dehydration and electrolytes certainly go hand in hand. Certainly go hand. Perfect timing. Certainly go hand in hand. How many times he can go back and forth on this little narrow strip of grass between my houses is baffles the hell out of me. But there's only so much grass to mow in there. Anyway, okay, he went off. Maybe he'll be gone for a little while. If that's the worst of it, not too bad. 138 people here. Good morning, everybody. Holy cow. All right, so Mama Bear, I think that Chafee is certainly right. He's not wrong about very much. But I think that for me, it was the electrolytes. Okay. Hopefully
Okay. We'll do Pantomine.
Okay. All right. It adds a little interest, a little suspense.
Yes, we'll add
little
some
drama to this stream of answering questions. Okay, so Lizzie's here, says good morning. How you doing, Lizzie? Good to see you. And here it is, Mark C. Gifted 5 Old Guy Carnivore. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much, my friend. And speaking of that, obviously we will not have a private community live stream on Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna be in the
you're gonna be
in the
camping.
woods with camping, and I'm hoping to shoot a little live stream from there live at the Thanksgiving dinner in the woods. And I'm entertaining the idea, although it may not be a good one, of putting off the private community live stream till Friday night, which is Black Friday, and nobody may be home. Everybody may be out shopping. Anyway, but we'll see. We'll talk about that. And worst comes to worst, we might have to miss it this week. And I'm looking down the chat, and there's another question. Oh no, that's the last question.
There is that.
So I'll keep looking. Aaron says, "Thanks, Mitch." You're very welcome, Aaron. Now I know your name, and I've got it firmly implanted. I will not forget it. At least unless I lose my mind, which is possible. Louis L. says, "Here, rainy day. How you doing?" Here's one I haven't seen before. How do you pronounce that? Claudia Brkic. I have no idea how you might pronounce that. From Ontario, Canada. Good morning to you. And where's the next question? Is it way down, Ellen, or?
Well, I don't know where it is. I have another one, but
okay, well, go ahead and tell me what it is.
You want me to read it for you?
Yeah, if I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Can you hear? Joseph Stevens asks, is it okay to consume avocados to reduce swelling?
Wait. I can't hear it. Can't hear anything except that lawnmower. Okay, say it. Well, nope, he just turned around. He's coming back. He's coming back, and he's coming back right by me again. And he's doing donuts out behind my house. Okay, what was the question?
I need to get a whiteboard so I can write for it. Is it okay? Joseph Stevens asks, is it okay to consume avocados?
Well, they're plants. So it depends how serious you are. Depends how serious you are about not eating plants. Of all the plants that are out there, and it's a fruit. I'm going to go out there and shoot this guy. He has just mowed over the same piece of grass 10 times. And he's doing it again. He is going back and forth right behind me over the same piece of grass.
I don't know,
Okay. He finally decided that he got every last blade of that. Okay. Avocados. I don't like avocados. I never have. So I've never eaten one. I don't eat them. A lot of people eat them. That's keto. There are carbs in an avocado. So if you're trying to be no carb, no plants, no, you don't want to eat avocados. If you don't have the need, if you don't have the need to be that strict, and you can do a very low carb carnivore, ketovore, or whatever. Yeah, you can eat them if you feel the need for them. But that's kind of a borderline thing. I mean, if you have to eat anything from the plant kingdom, I guess that's probably as good as anything you could eat. But
so Mitch.
Yes.
Oh, let me read because there's a second part to the.
Okay, good.
Because I just think it'd be interesting to hear your comment on this. So the reason he wants to consume
that's an important part of the question.
Is to reduce a swollen prostate while on carnivore. Right. That got drowned out by the lawnmower. So.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay. Gave me an excuse to puff on my cigar. I mean, when you're thrown a lemon, make lemonade, they say. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
Absolutely.
Well, I've heard an awful lot of cures for BPH. Not a swollen prostate. Prostate actually grows. It just gets bigger as we get older, and so many men. And I always make a comparison to the fact that there's a lot of things on an old man's body that get big. Ears. You ever notice how, Dumbo ears these 100-year-old guys people have? Their nose grows, gets bigger. And
Nothing you
but
want.
I've never heard of avocados as being and again,
I've never heard that one either.
I've never heard that. And that would not, I don't think that'd be enough. Just because somebody on YouTube said you should eat avocados, I mean, I would do a lot more research into that. It sounds like a wives' tale to me.
Yeah, I don't
Just
know
like the wives' tale that people told me that drinking lemon juice would make my kidney stones go away, and they didn't do
yeah.
squat for it after drinking gallons and gallons of lemon juice over years and years. The only thing that got rid of my kidney stones was stop eating oxalates, period, and that was carnivore. So I don't think that would be a good reason to eat avocados, especially if you're not crazy about avocados. Now, I think a more effective thing that is talked about, and still I have no idea if it's any validity to it, is iodine. It's supposedly good for all the organs. But just, I think, getting healthy. But you're talking about BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia. It's not cancer. It's not prostate cancer. Statistically, what I've read is 80% of men over 60 get BPH. It keeps the urologists in business. They all want to prescribe medication for you. They want to prescribe Flomax, which is a horrible medication with ridiculous side effects. They want to keep you coming back. They want to keep doing blood tests, and that's how the medical community works. You can research and just take them all for what they're worth. The different. I don't want to call all of them wives' tales, but I don't think the medical community's got a real good answer to that. And eventually what they want to do is they want to do surgery on your prostate. That seems to be where they're all leading, most of the urologists. And I've talked to some urologists about it. I was told 40, 50 years ago that I had an enlarged prostate.
Oh.
Everybody has one, but
Yeah.
it still works. Everything still works, and I don't have a problem. And my philosophy has always been, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I like that. Right.
Yeah,
If it's working, why mess with it?
Yes, everything still works, and even at my age, and I mean, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this just as a point of interest. That even when I was not healthy, even when I was metabolically unwell, even when I had all those conditions, even when I never had the first hint of ED, that to me just tells me that my circulatory system, even though I've been a low carber almost all my life, a low carber with intermittent binging is what happened to me. I haven't eaten enough crap to hurt my circulatory system, because that is, the cause of erectile dysfunction is blood flow.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately, I've never had a problem in that area, and I still don't at this age. Still have no problem there. So that to me is better than any blood test or cholesterol test in telling me that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because that seems to be the first thing that breaks. And in men in their 30s today have ED.
Yeah,
because they're in such bad cardiovascular health from the standard American diet and the statins and other crap that they're taking that are ruining them and killing them and just ensuring an old age of suffering, pain, dementia. It's criminal. It's criminal. But as far as your prostate goes, it depends. If you get to the point where you need a catheter, which is what happens to you when the prostate finally gets so enlarged that it clamps down on your urethra so bad that you can't pee. And I've had many friends that told me intimately about how horrible that is. And then the next thing you know, you have to go to a urologist and you have to start using catheters, which is not a pleasant thing to do, or get surgery.
Mhm.
Um, I think the best thing you can do is to eat the right food. And if you have any chance of fixing it, that's going to be, I think, your best shot. And I think maybe the iodine, it couldn't hurt. I use 2 drops of Lugol's every day in a cup of coffee in the morning, cup of decaf, first thing in the morning. And I just keep chugging along. And I know that things seem to be working. So I don't pay too much attention to them for myself. And you got to be careful when you ask doctors, because doctors only see dollar signs when they look at you. How much money can I extract from this person? How long can I keep him alive to keep extracting money from him until I need to get on to the next patient? It's very sad. Not all doctors are like that, but too many of them are. So I hope that answered that question. What else we got there, Ellen?
We have, hang on one second. Kitchen Witch asks, any experience with fatty liver? It's one of her reasons for this way of life.
Ah, yes. I have a very close and personal experience with fatty liver, and like you, it was one of the things that jolted me into learning about carnivore, and scared the shit out of me when I heard. And I only had what was diagnosed as moderate fatty liver disease. And I'll tell you when I found that out. When 8 or 9 years ago, when I passed my first kidney stone, they, of course, did a CT scan. They, of course, did a CT scan of my kidneys. And when they do these CT scans, they see a lot of other things besides just what they're looking for. They see a lot of other organs. They do, right around the whole middle of your body. And as I usually do whenever I get anything like this, and I get these things done at the VA, I have access to all of the reports. And I online, I can go online and read the radiologist's report, the doctor's notes. I can read everything. And I do. I want to know what's going on. So I'm reading about my kidney stones, and it's telling me that I have 8. After the one I passed, I still had 8 kidney stones left, 4 in each kidney, ranging from about about 5 millimeters on up to about 11 millimeters, that really weren't moving around a lot. And this was a long time ago, and it said moderate fatty liver disease. That scared the shit out of me. I don't even remember if I had heard of fatty liver disease at that point. But when you hear that, or you read that about yourself, that's a rude awakening. That's a rude awakening. And it awakened me. And I kind of still tried to intensify a low-carb diet, and then eventually went on a keto diet. And I think I actually got rid of the fatty liver before I started carnivore. But carnivore is the ultimate best way to cure or get rid of that. And the beautiful thing about fatty liver is, unless you're like end stage cirrhosis or something that's serious, it goes away fast. And the reason it goes away fast is those little fatty deposits in your liver are the first fat that's going to get burned when you finally switch your metabolism over to where you can burn your own fat. It's going to use up that fat quick. I think I've heard other doctors on YouTube say that in as little as 3-4 weeks to a month or two, you can completely reverse your fatty liver. So yes, I think that with confidence you can probably know that if you stick to a carnivore lifestyle, that fatty liver will be gone. And I have never, in any liver enzyme tests, in any imaging, ever saw any more mention of fatty liver on any of the imaging or radiology reports that I've read since then in tracking my kidney stones. I've had a number of CT scans, but that fatty liver disappeared. So yes, you're on the right track in my opinion. Okay, Ellen, it is 9:30, and I know it's 9:30 because the lawn mowing will stop immediately.
Of course.
Immediately, the minute that I hit the end button. And what I'm going to do here, find one more question for me, and I'm going to take a second and turn my camera back on so I can record what happens at the end of this stream. Okay, so let me do that. Turn the camera on back here and it should light up. Did I get it? Yes, it should light up. Turn on my wireless mic. All this in the name of entertaining everybody. Okay, hit record. Red light is flashing back there, and now I'm recording this for posterity.
Okay.
Okay, and for my video about what it's like to do a live stream. I had no idea I was going to have to add while they're mowing the lawn at the same time, but you know, just adds a little drama to it.
Yeah,
Little suspense. Okay, any more questions?
Indeed,
I can do one more.
Yes, there is one more, and I'm sorry, DS111. I didn't see your question earlier, but here we are. He asks, Mitch, does a cigar taste best when it is new? I used to smoke cigarettes, and relighting a half-smoked cigarette did not taste good.
That's interesting. He says while he relights his cigar.
Is that the lawnmower coming back?
No, that's the blower now. They're blowing the grass clippings off the driveway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They quite up.
Yeah, right behind me, right out the door that you see behind me is my carport. So they're blowing my carport clean. They want to get every last bit of noise goodness in, knowing that they've only got another couple minutes before I end this stream, and they can't bother me anymore. But it actually hasn't bothered me that much. I'm just laughing it off.
That's all you can do.
But I'm happy to see them do it. I mean, I'm certainly not going to tell them to go away. They come around to do some work around here. I'm gonna move heaven and earth to let them get it done. Otherwise, I may never see them again. A cigar, not like a cigarette. Not at all. I can't tell you because I never smoked cigarettes. I smoked one cigarette in my entire life when I was 11 years old. I've told that story. That's how my mother, smart woman that she was, made sure I never smoked cigarettes. She gave me permission when I was 11 to smoke and then taught me how. And her lesson was to inhale such a lungful of smoke that I coughed my lungs up and said, I'm never doing that again. So she knew what she was doing. Because when I was 11 years old, all the kids were smoking already. In elementary school, they were smoking in the boys' rooms.
I love the story about your mom and the cigarettes. This is great.
Yeah, and only when I was in the Army and everybody was smoking a pipe because it was cool, I decided, well, I can do that because I don't have to inhale it into my lungs. And that was so hard on my teeth that I kind of decided cigars. I liked cigars better, and I've been doing it all my life. And it's too late for me to stop. I don't feel like stopping now. What the hell, I enjoy it too much. It's relaxing, and I don't think it's... I've had doctors actually tell me that the relaxation and stress-relieving benefit of puffing on a cigar, just sitting still for an hour or two, because that's how long it takes to smoke one of these things. It's not like a cigarette. You don't just say, I'm going to go out and grab a smoke. With a cigar, you have to get your calendar out. You got to plan. You got to say, okay, I need to block off 2 hours of time here. I'm going to go out and have a cigar. But But if you have a good cigar and you don't leave it out of the humidor in places that are entirely too dry or entirely too humid, and it stays at about that 60 to 70% relative humidity, and you don't chew on it to the point where it's soaking wet in your mouth. Some guys never take a cigar out of their mouth. You know, you've seen those guys. And some guys
Right.
chew on
Yes.
cigars and never even light them. It's like chewing tobacco for them. If you do that and you don't smoke it to death, where you just keep puffing and puffing and puffing and puffing, and it gets hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter, that cigar will taste just as good all the way down to the last inch and a half. And I can relight a cigar. I can put this cigar, let it go out, put it someplace where the humidity is going to be correct in that range, and I can pick it up again tomorrow and relight it, and it would probably taste 90% as good as it did when it was brand new and fresh. But you need, there's a lot of factors involved. You need a good cigar. Like anything else in life, there's a science behind all of this. There's a reason why some cigars taste terrible and some cigars taste good. It depends on the blend of the tobacco. So there you go. We'll make that the last question of the day. And what better way to end than on a cigar question? So if you have any more questions, save them up. We'll be back tonight at 8 p.m.
That's right.
And I'll go ahead and create that stream after we're done out here, because I haven't created it yet. And it'll be up there, and 8 o'clock tonight, I'll see all of you. I'll see all of you if you care to join me, if it's not too late for you, over in South Africa or Europe or wherever you might be, on the Tuesday night live stream. And let me bring Ellen in. Is that it, Ellen? Do we have anything else that we need to address here today?
No, we do have one more question, but I told Joseph that I said tomorrow. It might be tonight.
Is it a long one, or is it a quickie?
It's not short, not a quickie.
Okay.
So, but we'll
save it for tonight.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, We'll do it tonight or tomorrow. Listen, guys,
Okay.
had a great turnout today. Thank you so much. And Ellen, thanks so much for your help as usual. And as usual, which everybody's going to see on our little recording here, you'll see how after the show ends, Ellen is still there, and I go back and we usually have a wrap-up conversation about anything we might need to talk about. And then I tear all this stuff down and put it away and get ready to do it again tomorrow morning. So Ellen,
Yes.
we will see you later. Thanks so much for everything, and say goodbye.
Thank you all for being here, and have a great day, and hope to see you tonight.
You will. And that leaves me, and I just clicked the button. But if you look down, if you're watching my video now that I'm showing you how I do this, you will notice that Ellen is still in the window. And I will go up here, and I will bring in a little music. What happened to my music? Oh, I said, there you go. Little music. Here, I'm trying to be so smooth. Little music, little traveling music, and thank everybody for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that was over in Rumble. Thank you, Meathead, Grumpy Old Carnivore over there, the Sealy Boys, No Slow. Thanks so much, guys. And with that, I'll give you the rest of the day off. It's the least I could do. And of course, tell you to eat meat.